let's start a bit talking about where you can find our template. So we published our template on, it also opened. So we published January this year our template in Epic Games Fab from the version 5.5 and beyond. If someone wants an older version, you knock us on Discord or per mail, and we can send you the links on the requested version. So why we did this template? As Dirk told, when we started the pixel streaming, we saw many clients struggling with one important thing, which is the input. Input on a standalone application is working as it should, but uploading it on the cloud and trying to control all the things via HTML, via web, then we might have some issues, meaning responsiveness, touch input and stuff might not be working. And we prepared actually on the template, the scope was to solve exactly that problem. The input, we prepared 3 modes: orbit, fly, and walk mode. All 3 modes working seamlessly with one project across all these devices. So here is our template, some basics. I will not go basics and explaining like from very, like we know we will cover now how we enable the pixel streaming plugin and how we start streaming even in a vanilla project, and then we will talk a bit about the template and its functions. So first thing to do is, of course, in the plugins, we enable the pixel streaming plugin. We have now from the also 5.5 on, we have the pixel streaming version 2, which is introduced, pixel streaming 2, which our platform also supports, but 99% production ready still the pixel streaming version 1 or pixel streaming. So here we enable it, we restart our engine, and even in a vanilla application, we can already just package without doing nothing, zip it up and upload it to our platform, which we will show a bit later. And you could already stream it wherever you want with the basic mouse and keyboard input. But now let's go a bit on our template. By the way, if you have any questions, you can already drop them in the chat or whatever. So the very important thing here is the development of the pawn, which we have done supporting, as I told, these 3 modes. This is a very good commented and even documented in our talks. Everything is commented and clearly structured in the blueprint. It's first of all a blueprint-based project, not a C++, because we think it's easier for entry, because not everyone is a C++ developer, but the visual scripting it's easier to step in and start learning. So the pawn has all the 3 functions completely prepared and ready to go. I can show you here a bit how it looks like, and then in the streaming. So we have the orbit mode. Now we are on mouse and keyboard, so we have, of course, drag and clicks to orbit. We have a double tap to change our pivot point wherever we want on the object. We can even control on what type of collisions we want to. And then with the middle mouse button, which is assigned, we even have panning. All this feature, all this input is also working in the mobile side by clicking and dragging is the rotate, double tapping is the change of the pivot point, and pinching with 2 fingers, pinching zoom in out, and also with 3-finger gesture, we also have the panning also solved on the mobile side. So that's that. A bit about the player controller here, which is also like the whole game system is developed in-house for use in pixel streaming. So, and our player controller, we have the vanilla basic setup of pixel streaming communication. And this is pretty much to enable when we go out of the in-game UI and we want to integrate the experience on a custom front end, then we can also use it with a JSON pixel streaming JSON descriptors, so we can send the key value pairs, and then also the Unreal Engine talks back to the front end side, for example, let's say for a pattern stating or something like that. So that's kind of the base. The whole project's input is switched to the enhanced input system. So we don't, we use the latest features of Unreal Engine to prepare all of this. And now we will talk about some basic settings on what to do or maybe what to avoid to have a better pixel streaming experience. So first of all, the platform runs, there is no limit on the frame rate, but we always encourage also in the documentation to have a smoother streaming, to always limit the frame rates from 30 to 40, let's say, because this helps a bit on the GPU side and the TDP, thermal design power utilization, not to peak to 99s, and it just enables the NVC to work smoother on the compression for the streaming actually. So frame rate 30 to 40 is the best practice. Then in the post-process settings, avoid using a lot of screen space effects because those impact also in the image quality first of all, and also a bit on the bandwidth side, plus performance also. Yeah. We also a pro tip on bringing the image quality a bit higher. Let's say the texture definition a bit higher. We see that from the pixel streaming, of course, the quality is never one-to-one with a standalone application. But that's normal because we have the streaming, it's video compression, it's actually video being compressed in real time. And sometimes we might lose some definition of textures. The r.tone mapper sharpen command, it can help a lot actually bringing the definition up. We can even see a bit what it does. Now we are on 1.5. So if we try to now check this in real time. So if we just go somewhere closer, I will now push it a bit higher so you can see the effect, what it does. But if we go, let's say, from 0, and then we can go to 10. I hope it is visible, but it really plays a bit with a sharpen and bring the texture definition and even edge aliasing a bit up. But this is an extreme example. Of course, we go 1.5 to 2 maximum in some cases. So that's that. And now we can talk a bit about the packaging and logs, because this is kind of feedback from clients, how we do it if we have some crashes. You need to support on development in order to have some logs if something happens on the platform side. And currently how we send the logs is via customer support or for our core tenants, because they have access to the ticketing system directly, or for even trials and light plans by reaching us out on Discord, and we share you the logs. Of course, this is a feature which is on the roadmap, and we will automate it so you can grab the logs to see what's going on if you have any issues. So now we can, I guess, go and show a bit on the upload side and how we upload. I already prepared a packaged application of here, so we'll have the second part on how we actually upload our application on the platform. This is this, and this is this. So. All right, let's go. So I'm logged in now on our platform. I'm on our Arcware tenant with many projects, and one of these projects is here, this Manos 10 project. So everything starts on the packaging page. Then later we will explain a bit what's also in the other side. So here we simply, if we go to our projects, I already packaged, I already uploaded a version, but we can iterate again because there is a feature actually interesting to show. So we just drag and drop our package or click and go to the path and upload the bits and the bytes. Now drag and drop, upload. Here, one feature is that if an interruption happens or disconnection or whatever, let's just simulate it. I'm just going back and coming back to the packages page. Then we can actually, if we have some big uploads, we can understand sometimes 15, 16, 20 gigs packages. This can be a bit crazy starting from the beginning. So we have a resume function where you can resume your upload, and then you click, you go to your path again, and this should continue the upload. Let's test it out. Yeah. So it continues the upload. Here we have our package page, but this is also kind of a repository, package repository, where you can release whenever you want packages that you have. Currently, we don't have any limits on the numbers, but we must say that limits are coming here because we had clients really pushing more than 100 pages here, 100, like, and never thinking even of deleting a package. But anyway, so then we will talk a bit about the upload pipeline. What's happening here is it's uploaded, it's going now through a virus scan, then it lands on our Godging server, which we check if the application is actually an Unreal application, it has the pixel streaming plugin, which version, and so on, and then it's ready to be released. After releasing, we can, of course, preview what we have for the admins and everything. Yeah, the stream starts. Now we are streaming this. Oh, it's releasing. Yeah, it starts. So that's the same package we saw before. And here is the preview page where we can check or even check some latencies, what's going on. These things can be also, of course, hidden and are hidden on the share link page where you actually share the experiences wherever you want. And maybe here is interesting to show the mobile functionality. So, or maybe we show it on the share link because it's better. Yeah. So, and here we have our share page. We will talk about the share page and a bit integration on front end later. But here we can create our share links assigned for the projects. But we will talk about this a bit later. Yeah. So I will just show here a bit how the thing works also on mobile, like all three modes. How so here we have the desktop mode, keyboard and mouse, orbit mode. Let's go, let's say, on the fly mode, which we now again WASD. We fly around, rotate, classic story. And now Control-Shift-I, we just go to, let's simulate, let's say, a mobile version. And let's zoom in a bit because it's a bit, yeah. In this case, we have touch. Of course, I cannot do multi-touch because of these limitations, the way I'm doing it. But how it would work on fly and mobile is that this side of the screen is using the rotation. And if we touch with our finger on this side of the screen, the widget will even appear. And then we can fly around, plus rotate. And this is fully integrated all together on our template, even on walk mode. The same thing, we rotate, or here if we touch the down part here, this side, we can enable we can even, jump and sprint. We have also nailed that in a very simple UI, but that's also how it seamlessly works with one application in both desktop and mobile. Yeah, I think I'm
gonna take over
yeah,
now.
I will
So
prepare.
because we actually planned today's program in the order that you would actually go, like from preparing your application, like Manos just did, to going live. So the next step would be selecting a Pixel streaming platform that you would choose to stream. And we will try to be really objective here. I will give you several options you can go for. Of course, one of them is going to include us. But I'm going to mention all of them, the advantages, disadvantages, and in what kind of situations it would make sense to use which. So there are basically three options you can go for. You can either build your own infrastructure, or you can go for a platform that uses hyperscalers like AWS, Google Cloud at the back, or you can go for a platform that has their own dedicated infrastructure. Let's start with the first option, build your own. Honestly, we will almost never recommend this option because you will lose sleep over how extremely complex everything is, and the savings you're gonna do is gonna be just so minimal, if any, that maybe it's not worth it. Of course, you decide. And the moment you want to actually have more than 3 users at the same time, it's gonna be a costly nightmare. And yeah, and honestly, when there are already straightforward options out there like this 2 and 3, I don't think that's the route to go. However, in case that you are a defense company and you really need your internal servers, then maybe yes, that's another case. And in that case, you can also ask us to set the infrastructure for you. And the second option is hyperscaler-based platforms, like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. These are the hyperscalers. And it has its ups and downs. The advantage is that you're going to be streaming from all the servers these massive companies have, right? And the disadvantage, the first one, is also the same. You're going to be streaming all of these servers. That means you don't have control always over the selection. So you can have a good quality ones and then bad quality next. That means maybe you're going to stream that day, it's perfect. And then next day you're going to be, you want to stream to your investor, and maybe it's going to be a disappointment. And of course, you can have a control over the selection, but then you need to just pay extra. You can also search that yourself. And I think one of the biggest disadvantages is the starting time, because with these platforms, you need to first spin up a virtual machine, right, to start the application, to start streaming. And that takes minimum 45 seconds, and it goes to minutes, like 3 minutes. And call me millennial if you want, but I will never wait to like that much to watch something. And I don't know how it is for you. So for me, it's a big disadvantage. Of course, there is a situation that this scenario will, like this platform will make sense. What is it? If you are streaming tens of thousands of minutes in a month and your budget is extremely small, then it makes sense. However, is this a realistic scenario? I believe no. Why? Because if you're streaming that much, tens of thousands of minutes we are talking about, then probably you're also earning through your streamings. Also, if you had such small budget, you wouldn't go for, like, you wouldn't have means to create Unreal Engine project in the first place. That's why we don't believe this is the most realistic scenario, but yeah, decide yourself. And the third option is using a platform that have their own dedicated infrastructure, dedicated for Unreal Engine, like optimized for Unreal Engine. And that means like quality consistently and very high. And yeah, of course, there's a disadvantage, which is that these platforms may not have servers in all the regions in the world. So maybe some regions can go underserved. We can go to the next one. I'm going to be talking about us a little bit. I have to talk about us a little bit. So what makes us different? As Arcware, we are the only Pixel streaming platform with our own infrastructure. And as I said before, optimized for Unreal Engine. That means we really value and we offer a great quality, high quality, and consistently. That's the most important thing for us, I must say. And because we also see it with after talking to a lot of our customers, Our customers talk from other providers too, so we hear their problems. Like I cannot give names of the customers, but they are streaming, it's good, and then they are afraid to stream it to a customer when the time comes because they don't know what they're gonna get. I'm just not gonna give competitor names too, just out of courtesy, but there are not much anyway. So the second is that we have servers right now in Munich, where we are right now, also in Los Angeles, and we are already serving from Japan, India, Singapore to obviously Europe, US. And actually, we launched this LA service recently because we realized US West Coast and Japan was going a little bit underserved, and we really wanted to increase the quality there. So that's why we did it. And
for the whole US, actually.
For the whole US, actually, yeah. I mean, we had good in US East Coast, but still it could be better. And and for the middle, everywhere. And we also have bare metal servers over virtual machines. That means I just explained that you have to spend this 45 seconds minimum to start. For us, there is no such time. It's just whatever is your app starting time is the starting time in general. And if you have anything to add, please jump in. Otherwise, I'm going on. I just had 2 more things to say. Is that because I know our customers really care about scalability and customer support. So quickly mentioning of that, we are with you from the very first tests to going live to streaming thousands. And we are holding your hand, like Manos, me, Goja. You can reach out. We are available fast and we are really passionate. So we want you to succeed and we want to succeed with you. So I think that's the other thing. Okay, once you chose your platform, I think the most annoying thing also from what I see from our customers is the plan, choosing a subscription, because everyone have a different way of charging you. So I understand it can get complicated. You're even confusing which platform is offering what kind. So I'm just going to walk through ours. I'm going to try to make it really basic. You have to answer these 3 questions. First, how many minutes do you expect to stream? How can you answer that? You might think, are you going to share it publicly on a website? Or is it going to be password protected? Or are you just going to have it on your shops? Like maybe if you're a fashion company and you have shops, or maybe you're just going to share with the private link to your customers. So these affect. Or how many concurrent users do you need? And do you care if someone waits in the waiting room? We will mention that queue. Or you want them to just stream it right away? What we see, our customers tend to overestimate here. So we will be happy to help you to estimate, to find the actual numbers, but maybe to give you some idea from like the global car companies, when they have events, it reaches to 30. So I think you can lower your expectations here, but we can also do it together. And the maximum we have reached, Dirk told me 86, but that was like after a publication, a very special one. And finally, projects. You can decide that if you're an agency, if you have a lot of clients, and you don't want to have all the projects in a separate account, then you will need more projects. So this is how you can decide these things. And shortly, next one. We have 3 pricing plans. And I must say, we planned this with the feedback of our customers. So we literally asked them, hey, how much do you think this package should be? Like we called them and asked it. And this is how we chose, like how we created this light plan recently. And we of course examined how they use the platform. Shortly, so there's of course a free trial. Goes without saying. And then we have this light plan for more beginning companies, for freelancers, hobbyists. And if you're an agency or if you're an SME, it's core. And then if you're an agency with a lot of customers or a large brand, global brand, you would go for custom. And we can answer these, just the 3 questions I mentioned, and try to find which one you would go for. For example, if you're going to stream less than 200 minutes per month, it's because you're just testing it or you're just starting, you have website visitors less than 1,000 minutes per month. And then you wouldn't need more than 2 concurrent users. You would have maybe 1 project, then you go for this one. On average, users spend here 17.5 euros per month. And if you're streaming more than 200 minutes, you need more than 2 concurrent streams, but not as much as 30. And you need more than 1 project, then you would go for core. And I think on average, our customers spend 150 euros here. And finally, custom. If you're gonna stream 5,000 minutes per month, or you are an agency with a lot of clients, you want everyone in the same account, then you will have a lot of projects. Or you are doing events very often, you have massive website visitors, you are doing publications like promotions for your streaming, then probably you will need custom. And here it's hard to give the range what you would spend, because we have everything from 400 euros to 5,000 euros per month. So I will just keep it to your imagination. And now we chose the platform, we chose the plan, we have to share the project with the world. So I'm leaving it to Manos here.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, nice one. Nailed it. So let's go again and check some platform insights. So
Let's go.
sharing the project. What is this? This is this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we will continue on exactly how to share the uploaded project directly through our hosted share links, or even how you can integrate it. We will see some references of integrated streams on a custom front end. Some general speed recommendations. Yeah, by default we have 1080p streaming as a setting. Of course, we can go beyond by request, and in the near future also available on the marketplace to do whatever you want up to 4K. So 10 to 20 Mbits is, from our experience, kind of a very good base for 1080p streaming. Beyond that, you need definitely more, 25 in like for 1440p. For 4K, I would say I don't recommend 4K, because it's not that just only the bandwidth, but also the optimization man has to do in order to have a good frame rate while streaming. And yeah, then we will take up some marketplace insights, but let's just jump in and see the.
Yes, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
you can
incognito
continue.
mode. No, Samsung incognito mode works if you cannot open the Discord. That might happen, but
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no problem.
Okay, so
Let's
let's go to marketplace. Ora?
no. A
Okay.
bit
Sorry.
share link, and then no problemo, and then we. So here we are again, back on our share ID page. So we tested the share link before from the uploaded project. Now we can talk about a bit share IDs and how are they used. So here is where we create our test, whatever name of the share link. We have features like starting time, so you could say when this stream link will start and when it even can expire. Some mechanics of blocking or controlling. You can even go custom time and date. We have also a maximum usage feature where you can go up to 1,000 connections or 100. That means, let's say, set it to 10 or 100. That means this link will be dead after 100 connections. And then we, of course, select our project, Manos temp. And we create our project. Going a bit more advanced, we even have AFK settings overrides via share links. AFK is away from keyboard. That's also a safety mechanic, which we will talk a bit about later. But we can even override the settings via share links. Let's create this link. And we have what, 100? Yeah. First of all, let's talk a bit about the queuing is later, right?
Queuing is, I'll mention too.
I will just share this link. Let's just go to the project and we can ramp this thing later down. So let's put some more concurrency and share this link to the chat. Whoever wants can check it out from mobile or wherever directly to stream.
Ah, nice.
So that's that. And where are we? We are here.
Yeah.
So I'm just sharing the link and you can check the template on mobile or wherever you want, just for fun. And that's how we create share links. Now we'll talk a bit about the custom front-end integration. And we will go a bit.
Manos, just a quick second for the share ID link. When you click on it, for me, it says that it's been expired. So could you
Wait.
Maybe you
get
send
us a
an
new
old
one?
No, that doesn't matter. Copy, test. Yeah.
Yeah, Andre, I have exactly the
Let's
same.
check.
So
Also, yeah, I did this. So I will share you the original. So I guess I messed it up with the dates and stuff. So I completely killed it, but it's fine. Let's send this one, which was, yeah. Thank you for mentioning. So this should be fine. Yeah, this is this, and this one is.
Yeah.
So
The day.
anyway, I will find it out later. So where were we?
Custom front end.
Yeah. So let's go on the documentation side. So at one point, you will definitely want to have a full responsive experience, fully integrated on a custom front-end website and working in another kind of level of products or experiences. Here we have our Web SDK, pretty straightforward NPM package. I will also show, here is our NPM package. It's free to download. Some things about our Web SDK. In the beginning of the year, we completely synced our Web SDK to the Epic Games pixel streaming infrastructure version. So it goes hand to hand with the latest version of TensorWorks. Actually, TensorWorks, we collaborated with the team to do this upgrade for our platform, and we are really grateful and happy for that. So that's that. We are on the latest version of pixel streaming in parallel with Epic Games infrastructure. And here we have even like to start digging in. I know not everyone is a front-end developer, and that's pretty clear. But to make things simple, we even have code examples here for Vue, Angular. At this point, we prefer React, Java, but you can also go on anyone you want. That's the kind of very basic entry point of nailing the container on a website. The script is here, or you can even go in CodePen if you don't have an, let's say, local environment built, or you don't even want to build, you just want to check what you can do with a custom front end. We even have an exposed CodePen with the vanilla npm code here exposed, where you can play around. Now, by default, it's hooked to our pixel streaming template with one button here, the emit command. This button here is actually a front-end button, which now we click the button. This button now talks to the Unreal, and we just print something on the screen. It's just the communication, very basic. Here you can nail your own share ID for your own project in order to stream your project and start playing around, experimenting with the front end, talking to the application, and so on. It's a very good start actually, and it helped a lot to keep starting fast, to kickstart fast. So that's that, and then now we can show maybe some examples. Let me prepare. Yeah, let's go from one of our examples from our maybe showcase page. We can show an automotive. Let's try this on a laptop while streaming and while recording the capture. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go.
So
Present it.
yeah. We'll prepare two cases and then we can see how a responsive experience looks like. So while this is so this one is out. We can start this one. So this is a project we did back then with a team from AMG as a proof of concept. The car is of course not the original car. It's a bought car from TurboSquid, I think. We just data prepped it for real time and so on and so forth. So now we are talking about front end. So here, as you can see, how is the quality? How is the streaming? Do we have drawbacks in the quality, or because when we stream through Teams, it's just a catastrophe?
Looks like
But you can all check the showcase on our showcase page. It's the AMG demo. So I will now stop the car a bit and open, let's say, what we have built here. And so all these elements are actually built on React HTML. Now we talk to the application. It changes the color and it sends back to the front end a state, which then we can state the button to say, hey, this one is clicked. A simple example. But the interesting part here is, of course, the responsiveness. And that means if we now, let's say, go in, again, mobile mode, you will see that the front end instantly adapts. To do this kind of magic from an in-game UI, it's pretty much impossible. You really maybe need, I don't know, another team to manage these things, which even has a really big limitations in terms of responsiveness. So in this case, that's how this should be responsive. I mean, this application, and we can even go on. It went from on a simpler example also, which is the basic also from our web SDK. Would be the Svaro case. It's lagging a bit my laptop, I think. So in this case, we also have a front end, but a very basic version. So this thing can be done with the web SDK we share and with almost no knowledge, with simple buttons and the documentation in less than a half day, creating the front end. And then we just need to host it, or you can integrate it on your own website. That's pretty much it for the custom front end, basics of custom front end integration. And I guess we can continue
with the marketplace
on the marketplace side.
So we will now actually take you to an account, and we will walk through the account, like in the marketplace, what kind of tools you can use, what kind of add-ons you can have, and what kind of settings you can do to make your project shine, and also some tips to optimize the costs. Let's go to an actual account, so we can go to the marketplace and show it there.
All
Can
right.
we do that?
Yeah, of course we can. Let's go to
maybe our mother companies.
Yeah. So we'll go on user. You can.
Perfect.
You can actually go from
Manuel,
here. Yeah.
We have a fantastic question from Andri again about
the
Cesium plugin.
About the Cesium plugin?
Yes.
Yes, it's working, and not only Cesium plugin, many other geolocation and this kind of plugins are working. But yeah, the cesium is kind of the major one. Everyone is using it. But yes, it's working. So,
Good.
Okay.
Then,
Yeah.
let's
Are we,
continue.
yeah. We are sharing the screen. So this is an actual account, and this is what you're gonna see if you have an account with us. You can go to Marketplace here. Now I'm gonna talk about some options you can just do on your own. So without talking to us, you have some flexibility to change, add more concurrent streams, prepay some minutes. And I'm gonna talk about why you want to do that. So here we have, we didn't have this option before. We added it because we realized our customers want the flexibility of can terminate, like having more concurrent streams in a month, but then not the other because maybe they are having an event or like they did an advertisement and they expect a bit high usage. So in that case, you can go to this here, and in this account there is just one project, so there is no drop down menu, but normally there would be. You would pick the project, and then you can add some streams here. So you can have up to 10 concurrent streams for one project. And maybe already a cost optimization tip for you. If you're not gonna embed it on a website, if you're just gonna share it via private links and you need more than 10, but you still want the flexibility, then you can upload even the same project twice because you have 5 project slots already with the core account. And then you can have 10 each, and you can have 20. And then we have this option to prepare some streaming minutes. And again, in the case that you are expecting high usage in a month, you can use that, because then if you prepare some minutes, you're gonna have it already with discounted price. And we have realized some of our customers were peaking in a certain month and then not using at all in some months. That's why I think it's a great way when you're expecting high usage. Also, what you can do, if you have a limited budget, especially in big companies, that happens. They say, I have this many budget. Unfortunately, I cannot go beyond that. In that case, you can also, for example, buy 1,000 streaming minutes. Then you can say, disable project to stream. So when those minutes are used up, you don't have to do anything. The project is disabled already.
budget control.
Budget control. Like yes. And then you see this not highlighted, but we are having it soon. It's right now, our tech team is working on it. Of course, you can have extra projects with right now talking to us with an annual plan, but we want to bring this to also in a more flexible level, monthly level. So this is going to be soon highlighted, and you're going to be able to edit. Then we have some tools, but I will let Manos to talk about it because he is the best person to do it.
Let's talk a bit about the tools we have. One is already available through Marketplace, and the other one is on early access. And we are talking about, let's start again, these 2 slides related to that. So, yeah, one feature and tool is direct flow. And why we do this is actually because we have pixel streaming as the main thing, but then we know that tooling and some nice features would be very interesting to enhance, even on the development side, some things. So, and we call it like we are building the kind of ecosystem around on our platform. We released the direct flow add-on, the first, which is actually the key for the developers to supercharge their development. So this came from in-house request, and the problem was that we needed to wait always this time from packaging the project, zipping it up, uploading it, waiting until it goes through the pipeline, and then being released. And that can be huge, actually. And when you need to really iterate fast in some cases. So what we did is we enabled the feature that you can directly stream while developing from your editor without the need of packaging whatsoever. You can even stream against a custom frontend. And when you are really done and everything is prepared, you can even real-time debug, meaning you can stream to a frontend, clicking the buttons, playing around. You can even have in debug mode, on play mode, not even standalone mode. So you can even prepare everything, and when you are ready, then you push it up once and you are done. So that's pretty much direct flow, but it can be also used in some other diverse cases, like you can even share completely your full editor to a teammate or someone in Japan, let's say, for collaboration reasons. That's also possible. And one other use case of direct flow is that we have clients that are small architect offices. They do their streams 1 to 10 to, I don't know, maximum 20 stream sessions even per month, and they do this one-to-one. So with direct flow, you can even stream from your local office workstation, even a package, stream it wherever you want, one-to-one, without burning streaming minutes. That's also one of the use cases, and it's interesting. Technically, you stream, all the overhead of performance and internet and network, is on your side because you stream from you, peer-to-peer, but you utilize our signaling servers. So that's direct flow. And then another very interesting feature, which is coming to production, hopefully by the end of this year, is now on early access. It's the asset management. We call it asset management. It's pretty much a dumb system integrated on our platform, residing near the GPU servers. And the very first use case was here, as we also tell, for asynchronously load assets dynamically on runtime. That means that helps a lot on scaling. You can imagine having a very lightweight master kind of application which spins up in 3 seconds, and then you can pull in the assets needed from the asset management. Advantage here is that we had already clients doing this kind of functionalities, but utilizing hyperscalers, AVS, GCP, and so on. But there was a drawback. First of all, the performance, meaning the speed, because the channel you stream, the same channel you download, that has a big impact actually on your streaming quality. And the other one is the price, because this kind of, let's say, S3, if we hook it on an S3, by call, by download, Amazon will be charging us, of course. So in our side, we completely solved the speed issue by having it in the same cluster and even being connected through another network interface, meaning you have 10 gigabit solid connection to your instances without interfering with your streaming network. And the other thing is that this thing is, you do whatever you want. It will be storage based with a fee on storage, and that's it. You can have millions of calls, downloads. There won't be any extra charges or something. And early access clients are actually really, really hyped and happy with this particular feature. Whoever wants to check it out, it's in our documentation page. There is already a place, or contact directly so we can give you access on the early access, and soon it's coming on the platform side.
I think Dirk is going to also share your meeting link so that if you want to book like a demo, if you want to see the whole thing, you can also book a meeting with Manos.
Yeah, no problemo. And
let's now go to project settings. Yeah, we can actually go back to the account that we're using.
So,
and this is the final topic. Then we're going to go with the Q&A.
We are almost in time. Yeah.
Yeah. German punctuality.
Let's go here and again here, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can present and then we can go together to the project.
We'll go in full screen here. It looks better.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some settings, including my favorite ones, to make the best use of the platform. So right now I'm going to a project and the setting. So let's start. Here, display settings, actually Manos already mentioned what is the max, and you can have already 4K, but you need to contact us. So I'm skipping that one. Also, he already mentioned the dynamic resolution, so you can enable or disable this option if you're gonna have the streaming in a lot of gadgets like handy phone, tablet, and a smart TV even. You can enable it so you have the resolution adapted. Then you can enable or disable the touch capabilities. As you see, everything is very straightforward and self-explanatory already. And then this hovering mouse, maybe just a little explanation on that.
So yeah, hovering mouse option, from whoever doesn't know, this is the classic setting on the pixel streaming infrastructure. When we have it set on hovering mouse, that means the normal Windows hardware accelerated cursor is enabled and the stream doesn't consume the mouse cursor. But if we have, let's say, game experiences that you really want the mouse to be consumed from the container, so you can have, for example, a 360 rotation without you going out of the window, then you disable hovering mouse. That means the stream, whenever we click in the experience, the mouse is consumed and we are in forever until we click the escape and we come out again. That's hovering mouse.
And yeah, you can remove the powered by Arcware logo. So we are not forcing you to promote us in any way. Of course, we are happy if you do. And let's go to some stream settings. Again, Manos did it actually already, if you noticed it. So for now, for this account, there is the max is 3 because the default concurrent session is 3 and they didn't increase. But if they increase it via marketplace, as I showed you before, or by talking to us, then it would be more. But maybe even it's more, you want to limit it just to make sure it's not being used a lot. And then we have this Piraworm stream. This is not a toy. Please don't play with it. Because if you think you're going to need it, talk to us.
They actually can't. It's
they
there,
can't
but it's
even?
Of course,
okay.
Because
then it's good that you can't, because it means the server is running for you 24/7, so it's ready for you. Yeah, if you think you need that, you can talk to us.
One parenthesis here. By the way, we had this pre-warm feature from day 0, but it's actually never used with, like Ezgi told, the bare metal solution and having application that start in, let's say, 6 seconds. The more you optimize there, that's actually it. So pre-warms are completely skipped. No one is actually using it, but we have it if needed. It's
just
there.
In case, but we don't think you're gonna need. Maybe we will kill it. And then we have this reconnection threshold. This is when, say, a user is streaming and then their Wi-Fi just got disconnected, or accidentally they clicked on close window. You want them to come back. You don't want them to maybe lose their progress. Maybe they were configuring this beautiful kitchen. So yeah, they can just come back for this account in 10 seconds and they will still see the same streaming. And then we have maximum runtime. For this account, it is 1 hour, 60 minutes. It means if a user, they are interacting, they're in the streaming, after 1 hour, they're going to be kicked out no matter what. And it's, again, a way of control the costs because you don't want them to stream forever, play forever. Yeah. And then queuing, my second favorite setting.
You can show it, maybe.
We can show it. How are we going to show it?
So queuing, yeah, we have integrated queuing by default. I think
Let's go.
We can go to Arcware. Let's go to my project. How it looks like. It's even integrated on the hosted links. And if you go custom frontend integration, you can even customize the queuing CI or whatever you want. So just let's put here now, if someone is in streams, they will be nailed now. So we just let one here stream for the temp, and we can simulate kind of how this looks like. So let's go. We start one stream here, and then we need to go actually incognito to start another one now, because yeah, you can see it kicked in, so straightforward. It queues, it has a queuing, because sometimes experiences can be avoid, or you see the error, not errors, but messages not connected, stuff like that. So queuing is the way to go to be clear on what's happening. That means if I close this one should be able to jump in. But we have this 10-second reconnection threshold, which now 10 seconds the stream will be waiting for reconnecting, and then it will actually die, which will let this one to come in. So as you can see, this kicked in, just straightforward. That's the queuing system, and it can be customized, branded.
Yeah, so also it's good to realize these two can be connected. It's waiting for the other person to return. And then you have this, you can again, Manos briefly mentioned this away from keyboard setting. How is it different than maximum instance runtime? You can imagine this user is interacting. Away from keyboard, this person has left the room or forgot the tab open and playing already something else. In that case, with our default setting, in 10 minutes, we're going to warn them first. Then 1 minute, they're going to have an error. 10 seconds, they're gonna kicked out. So this is an amazing way to control your costs. Let's go to Web SDK settings. There is not much to talk about here because you wanna talk about?
Continue, and then I will talk about the down part of it, about the input.
You already seen these buttons actually when Manos was showing some streams. So you have this audio, mic, stop, and full screen button. You can use the default settings or you can customize the settings. There is not much to talk about there, I guess.
And here just some more insights because of the integration of the newest pixel streaming infrastructure. The platform also supports game controllers, so you can even hook up an X360 controller, and if the application and the input are set it properly, you will have input with a controller. And we even support experimental VR. I say experimental because it's really not having resources, but latency is actually the big blocker. Even Epic Games has it flagged as experimental, but nevertheless, it's there, it's working. We will soon bring some white papers, meaning documentations, and a template, so you can play around. We support, I think, Quest 2, Meta Quest 2, 3, and Apple Vision Pro currently. Yeah.
I think we can now move to Q&A.